let's talk about, your favorite, Trip Radar,
Fuck.
and how it's coming to airports exclusively.
Fuck. You know, you did that beautiful story at the New York Times, right? How people go wait there for like hours and hours. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you guys could check that out. Eli Tan did a wonderful article, amazing article, but the pictures were more amazing than anything else. And Chris, uh, again, you know, people go like that. I know at these companies, like, are you picking? You're picking on us, man. I'm like, I'm not picking. I'm just reading what you send me. I mean, okay. So now, Chris, we have whack-a-mole at the airports. And if those are those bots, which we know are faster than a human, you know, every time I try to buy something on eBay, the last millisecond, I get outbid by a penny. That's a bot. I will never beat a bot. We know there are trip radar bots for sure, Uber, that I told you about like months ago, but you don't give a shit. Okay, here we go. Access faster airport matches. So what is going to happen to those poor schmucks who wait at the airport for hours for the unicorn? Now they're really screwed, Chris. Starting today, when you wait at the airports, waiting lot, all over airport trips in select airports will be on Trip Radar for faster matches and reduced wait times. Who does this benefit, by the way?
See, so here it is. This is the game that they play. So now, instead of just giving it to one potential driver, we're going to give it to 5. Why? Because we're not offering you enough, and we know some dumb schmuck out there will actually accept it.
Yes. This is Hunger Games
So
right
not
here.
only can we screw the driver on pay, but we're going to jack it up on the airport run because we know they need a ride, and they're going to take the ride no matter what on our platform. So we're going to put another $5 on that little ride there. So instead of just, cottonballing it at 5 cents extra per ride, we're going to get up there, like Len said, $1, $2, $3 more just for that particular.
Hey man, we have shareholders. Come on, we need to pay attention.
Our audience is the shareholder.
Yeah, well, that's our audience. We have a broke shareholder group and they have a billionaire shareholder group. That's the difference. So how it works on Trip Radar. Okay, so I'm not picking on Uber. You have to change this because this is not making any sense. On Trip Radar, you will be able. See, I can tell, and I told this to Jeremy today too when I was talking to Jeremy. I go, all that shit that's going out to drivers is not written by somebody who drives, because if it was, it wouldn't be written that way. And here it comes. On Trip Radar, you will be able to see and request to match with all available trips. Clean the bots, Uber. Learn how this enhances your experience. Okay. 1, access requests anywhere in the line. Here it comes. You can receive requests no matter where you are in the queue. You won't need to wait until you're the first in queue to start matching. Okay. Got it. Select one or more trips. You'll see multiple airport trip requests in a single view. Trying to match with more than one trip or choosing, that means whack-a-mole, like click on everything. Click on every goddamn one. That's unprofitable. And trying to match with more than one trip or choosing not to match won't impact your acceptance rate. Great. Okay, cool. But here it comes, Chris. Read this. Match a trip. Your queue position still matters. You'll be prioritized for Trip Radar matches based on your spot in the queue. However, on the first one, what does it say? You can receive requests no matter where you're in the queue. I don't get it. This isn't that an oxymoron here? Isn't that like
absolutely?
So you can receive requests no matter where you are. So if you're an ant, you have 100% acceptance rate. You're gonna get the shit trip, so we can clean them all out without getting declined. But your queue position still matters. So you can receive requests no matter where you're in the queue, but your queue still matters. This is an oxymoron, Uber. Who wrote this shit?
Okay, the only thing I could think that could make that sound sound okay or make sense is if you get closer, you could get trip radar at any point because it's the ones that go out and just get passed over by drivers because it's a shitty ride and nobody wants to take it. So they're going down the queue of riders. But as you get closer to the front of the queue, you will get more trip radar. Like it'll start with the first group or batch of drivers that are at the lowest queue, and then continue outward as nobody claims that particular ride. So that's probably why they're doing it. But again, Dara specifically said, if drivers aren't accepting the rides, then it's your pricing problem, not the drivers. So you got to pay accordingly. And then you don't have this problem with acceptance rate issues.
Okay, how can I receive requests no matter where I'm in queue, but then your queue position still matters?
Well, that's what I said. I think that it starts.
You work for Uber, bro?
The first few. No, I'm using my mind and my brain and then coming up with how would this make sense? That's the only way it would make sense to me.
Okay, cool. It didn't make any sense to me. So anyway, so trip radar at airports. I think Matt is doing something in Boston Logan. He's going to do a video or something. Is that what he said? Something's happening. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, anyway, yeah, check it out, folks. Now, if you do go to the queue, and now that trip radar is available to everyone in the queue, waiting 4 or 5 hours there is not making any sense for a unicorn, because they're going to probably spread the wealth, as well as the garbage trips that go. What do we say about trip radar? Where all trips go to die? And
no, now it's where all trips go to the lowest paid driver.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Look, this is not a good thing for people who do specifically airports, because there are drivers who do specifically airports, and now that your trip that you waited in queue for and walked up the queue slowly in 2-3 hours could be fed already, so you don't wait for unicorns. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't go at the airports and just wait for 4 hours. It's just not going. If it worked for you before, now it's definitely not going to work.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past 1.5 years, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, probably not. Or you just turn on Lyft and hope for the best there.
Yeah,
but the simple reality is I have a feeling that they're going to try going to mostly trip radar. You see that with standard, where you're going to get more trip radar requests coming in. I'm sure even people in non-standard advantage cities are probably seeing more trip radar requests coming in versus exclusive. And that's the reason why, because this is the next level. You can only go so far. You noticed how Len was talking about, it hit a point, it hit a wall where they couldn't really get any more than that. And then all of a sudden they come up with upfront fares and it just shoots off. Well, again, you're going to hit that wall because you can only go so far, because we had that data from Gridwise that said passengers are at the top. Any higher that the prices go, they're going to find other means. They're not going to be using Uber or Lyft anymore.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, drivers, if they're paying less, that 11 months that the Uber driver is average on for is going to drop to 6 months because of their doing. So, all they're doing is chasing profits over anything else. And it's unfortunate, but that's what you're going to see, because this is the next iteration. This is where you are able to send a trip radar to 20 drivers that are in the area, and the chance of them, because if you went exclusive to go to those 20 drivers, you would have to go the 10 seconds to driver 1, 10 seconds to driver 2, 10 seconds to driver 3. So between all of that with the system, you probably would have, 20 drivers. What's that? 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something. But if you send it all out to 10 or 20 drivers at one batch at one time, Now that's in one time. So the driver could potentially get it if they want the lowest bid ride instead of getting an exclusive. That would be paying a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree.
The passenger is going to get screwed because they're going to jack up the rate. And so it's just another way to take a little bit more money from the driver. Yep. They're trying to reduce that. They're trying to reduce the spinner rate, trying to get a match, and also shop the ride for the lowest possible driver who will accept it at the lowest possible pay.
I agree. But Uber is going to say it's just a misleading statement. So
yeah, mislead it when I start seeing we start doing the data points.
Okay, so this gentleman says Sergio said before 1 month, everybody has upfront fares, buddy. But I said it with the exception of those 4 states. Pay attention. If you're in one of those 4, that's why you don't have it. There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
It might be only a matter of time before they actually get it, but I don't think Jersey ever will.
Jersey won't get it. He's probably in Jersey.
I don't think Jersey will ever get it. Sorry. Yeah. Enjoy the rate card while it lasts.
Lyft has upfront fares in Jersey, so go to Lyft.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.